Greetings, fellow humans, and welcome to another Tea with JD. Yes, I do wait for a proper hot minute to pass before doing a video. But this video is actually to blow the steam off a bit and talk a bit about balancing BookTube. This is not a huge channel. I do not have a huge audience. I don't have millions of fans. I'm not gonna make a living out of this. Most people who are on BookTube and AuthorTube will not make a living off this. This is something that we do to further promote our platform, our brand, and stuff that we're interested in that are important to us. I get that. But there is such a thing as BookTube Burnout. BookTube burnout happens, and it happens for a variety of reasons. Let's explore some of them. First off, my watch later list is about 230 videos deep. Might I catch up one day? Who knows? It's possible, but look at the point where I am, that I can say it that way. That if I catch up, great. If not, great. Something that you have to be very conscious of is that just because you're not watching, commenting, and consuming other people's content doesn't mean that you don't care. How do I know this? Because that is my case. I'm working on a ton of stuff. I'm consistently overworked right now, not so much, but it's something that's happened before, and life happens. And that's something that you always have to remember. Life happens. And some people feel the need or the obligation to do a video and post a video and whatnot. And yes, you can get better results. And yes, you can be more consistent with your uploads and stuff like that. Or you can just enjoy yourself, which is what I always recommend people. Again, I've been at this a long, hot minute. And my... Look at my numbers. Look at my numbers below. I just recently broke 600 subscribers. Who knows how many bots are there? But there's also people, and people watch. And I do this because I find enjoyment in it. I think it's good practice for public speaking and whatnot, and so that I can document where my hair is at, stuff like that. Important stuff like that. And I do also... another thing that's very important for me in this channel is that you get an unedited version of me. Sometimes I cut X or Y things because sometimes some people go like, "Bah!" or a bird passes by or something like that, and it doesn't make for good videos or good TV, good YouTube. My setup right now includes a phone. It doesn't even have a mic, so I do. When I edit the videos, I try to bump up the volume, something that I learned to do after the fact. For the longest time, people were like, dude, your volume is too low. And I'm like, I'm working on it, and I'm still working on it, and I'm still, have the intention of buying a microphone for other reasons, but it is what it is. I also, focus on trying to answer to all the comments I get and to give a proper answer, and not like, okay, thanks, bye. Because to me, quality versus quantity, and I do that with the videos that I watch as well. Sometimes I get burnt out on BookTube in terms of watching stuff. The amount of people that I know that are generating content on their blogs, on their podcasts, on their vlogs, on their BookTube channels, all their YouTube channels that are publishing books and stuff like that, it is a ridiculous amount. And if I dedicated my entire time to watching people's content, consuming people's content, reading their books, etc., I still wouldn't be able to see all of it. So it gets to a point where you just have to be okay with it. Does that mean that I don't still get that guilt, those guilty pangs that I'm not watching people's content, people who leave comments on my channel, I'm not watching their content? Of course, I'm human. I'm only human. I'm only human. I gotta plug the work. But I also have stuff that I'm doing. I recently released Bouts of Hope and Joy, my new poetry collection. I'm working on 2 new books, and I'm working on 2 translations of books. And let's talk about that. So you see what's on the plate. So basically, I'm working on 2 nonfiction books. One's going to be 13 chapters. The other one is going to be 17 chapters. This is where I am at right now. If it's going to be more or less or more or whatever, I'll make the decision as I write. 2020 is my bilingual collection to do my best so that the stories and the poetry and the essays get to more people. I'm revisiting that collection, and I'm translating what was in Spanish to English and what was in English to Spanish, so I can have a full English and a full Spanish version. This is not an easy task, especially with poetry, because it doesn't necessarily translate well or rhyme as well or stuff like that. So that process includes me translating the text, editing that text, and then revising the text to make sure that I make the best use out of the language. So if one poem has 18 lines and I translate it and edit and change and do my best to use language to the best of my abilities, and it's suddenly 16 lines or 20 lines, I won't kill myself. That's part of the process, and that's what I want to do. I don't want the challenge of trying to make something translate perfectly. Because rather than proper translation of words, I want the translation of the message behind it. That's how I want to work around it. When I work on a novel, that's going to be a different type of thing, because it's just a different set of challenges. I do a lot of wordplay in English, and I do a lot of wordplay in Spanish, and it's stuff that doesn't translate. So it's stuff that I gotta mull over. And so I do that. I'm also writing lyrics for music and doing all I can to enjoy myself. And right now I'm also playing video games. I've been playing video games, for most of lockdown, and I've played a lot of games. And it helps me in the managing of the entire situation. Writing helps, reading helps, playing video games helps, listening to and making music helps. All the live panels that I'm on, in the year I've been already on like 12 shows from different people, and I'm still I'm still open. If you have a BookTube or AuthorTube channel and would like to have me over, I enjoy chats because it breaks up the monotony. But going back to BookTube Burnout, I've seen people that get frustrated to no end because they do everything right and they still don't get results. Recently, I posted, I'm going to do a blog post on this, by the way. It's going to be full on. I posted a picture of an apple on Instagram. And the caption said, "This is an apple, #apple." It got 31 likes and it's gotten like 6 comments for a picture of an apple. There are posts. I do hidden images for my books to promote my work. I do taste test videos. I do the dictionary. I do visual typos. I do sky thoughts. I do sock it to me. I do double up bananas. I do a bunch of stuff that requires a lot of effort and a lot of time. And sometimes, and I also share what I'm watching and what I'm playing, or what I'm listening to, or stuff like that. The video game posts get like 12, 15, 18 likes, stuff like that. The movie post depends on the movie. And again, no rhyme or reason. It is what it is. It's not a good thing or a bad thing. It's just how it is. And the same with BookTube. I've tried to do short videos. I've tried to do 5-minute videos. I've tried to do minute-long videos. I've tried to do 10-minute videos. I've done long-form videos. I recently did a live, which I didn't announce. Sorry. I will announce the next one. By the way, I'm gonna use this opportunity to announce. I'm gonna do an Ask Me Anything. So keep an eye out on Twitter, keep an eye out on Instagram, keep an eye out on Facebook and my blog in case you want to ask me something. If it's a good question and not inappropriate, I will answer it. And if it doesn't offer spoilers. So I'll be doing that soon. So expect that. But I've been doing all of that. And the numbers, I can't say, are consistent. They say, I've heard, I don't know how many times, oh, book reviews don't get traction. Some of my most viewed videos are book reviews. I'm sure that if I did a book summary, I would get a ton of views because so many people don't want to read and want the Cliff Notes version of a story. And it's like, dude, read, come on. But, you know, this is my setup. The lighting is going to be coming in and out. I'm not going to color correct this. The audio I will bump a bit, but that's about it. Because I have other stuff on the table. And I'm not saying that anyone should do stuff as I do or anything like that. I'm just saying do what works for you and what makes it enjoyable. If it becomes a goddamn chore, stop doing it. Or modify it. I think rather than stop doing it, I think the recommendation is modify it so that it can become enjoyable again. Once upon a time, I had more traction on my videos and stuff like that because I was posting consistently and whatnot. But a variety of things happened, and it became a grind and a chore. And I stopped doing BookTube and AuthorTube for a couple of months because, you know, I wasn't feeling it. And if you're not feeling it, don't do it. Because it'll bring, you know, extra problems. People say, oh, but then you're going to lose your audience and stuff like that. You know, is your audience in the millions? Is this your day job? I know some people might want it to be their day job. They might want it to be their means to success. But I've seen a lot of people struggle for different reasons. And then and people with great content, by the way. Great content, and they struggle. And I see people that are just an empty candy shell. It's like an M&M without chocolate. They get 100, 200, 1,000 views. And I see the videos and I go like, this. That's why I try to be careful with the accounts and the channels that I interact with. You know, it's not to say that only small channels are going to offer, you know, quality content. ILivie, which is Olivia, I haven't seen her channel in a long time, to be honest, but great person, always answers to comments. She's super sweet and just very lovely, by the way, and I do recommend her channel. And, you know, still very personable, and she's got several thousand people following her. And then there are other people that I won't mention by names that have 10 times as many followers and who as humans suck. And you go like, man. And I've also seen channels that have 30 followers that are just, you know, great. And what can you do? If you see a small channel with a good video, share that video. Smaller channels that I think that are awesome that I've been watching this past year are Margaret Pinard, a fellow author from the PDX, and Attention Pay View. And by the way, I will be reading books by both of them because they are both extremely personable and creative in their own ways. Pay is very creative in terms of setup and how he does it. And honestly, production value. Margaret is very creative and very personable in the way that it's like chatting with a friend. And these are just two channels that I'm mentioning. If you go to the Reading Witch, I've followed Ola for years, and she's very lovely booktuber and just someone that is a sweetheart. And again, some people have author goals of bestseller lists and having a mansion and I don't know where. I want to have the means to travel when it's safe and meet the wonderful people that I know. Everyone that I've mentioned in this channel by name are people that I would love to either share tea, coffee, ice cream, beer, wine, a cocktail, something. And it varies with people. But again, and I care about all the people that I've mentioned, but Olivia's a good example. I haven't watched her channel consistently for a long time. And once in a while I see a video and I drop a comment and she always replies, which is very sweet. And the same with so many people. You know, I do videos and I'm on live panels for Go Indie Now, and I do indie music reviews all the time for Go Indie Now. I'm very good friends with Joe Compton. Joe Compton is a brother from another mother. I met him a couple of years back when he was finally able to come to Dragon Con in 2019. Super highlight to be able to meet him and take him to a couple of local haunts that we enjoy food in. And that's what it's about for me. That's YouTube. If you go to Facebook, I have other people that are very active on Facebook, and I have people that are very active on Instagram. And again, it's just a lot of content. And it's not that if you watch one video, it's more worthy or more valid or more important than another one. Sometimes there's no rhyme or reason to your viewing habits, and you just watch this because it's either shorter or you already clicked on it. Watch it. Screw it. Do it. But, you know, people on BookTube are very hard on themselves very often, and sometimes it's because, you know, being readers, we're probably already outcast for most of our friends, and to find a community of people that are interested in the same things as you, that's always awesome. And you don't want to lose that, and you don't want to, you know, you want to nurture that as much as possible. But I've seen other people that just focus on the numbers. You know, channels that I used to enjoy a lot, I realized that they were just in it for the numbers. And they still get great numbers, and they're still fascinating people, and it's a good-looking guy or a good-looking gal or something like that, or just someone that has a very magnetic personality. But when you realize that, you know, 8 comments in, they don't respond to anything, and then you go like, is it me? Have I done something? And you see that they don't respond to anyone. You know, you can still watch. You still have the right to watch. There's nothing wrong with that. But for me, a part of what I enjoy about BookTube and AuthorTube is the dynamic. It's the interaction. It's the exchange of ideas and thoughts and conversation, of taking it to another platform, be it Instagram or Twitter or Facebook or even emails. Chatting it up with people, asking for advice, stuff like that. Life advice, even. It doesn't have to be reading or writing advice. It can be life advice. And again, so many things can easily become a grind, that the more you can avoid it and do stuff that makes you happy, the better. But that's my take on it. That's my recommendation. Some people they're going to give you the 10 steps that you have to do to have a successful BookTube channel. 10 steps, easy peasy. For me, I take the Steve Donoghue approach. Steve is, there's the term voracious reader, and the Jedi version of that is Steve. Steve, that's his job. If you're on BookTube, you've heard of Steve probably. You know, odds are very high. Steve doesn't edit anything. He uses his phone. He gets interrupted by his dogs. And he is unapologetically Steve. You know, if you think that my numbers or whatever are bullshit and I'm just, you know, talking malarkey, check out his channel and see how much he caters to his audience and panders. None of that. The guy is as genuine as it comes. Voracious reader. And again, yeah, I'm also on AuthorTube, and some people, they're like, people are watching my videos, but they're not reading my books. And I'm like, one, you know, they're not mutually, they can be mutually exclusive, by the way. One doesn't lead to the other, you know, one might lead to another. And I've had people that watch me here and then read me, or people that read me and then find out that I have a, you know, YouTube channel and they check it out. People arrive in the most random ways, and I dig it. And again, you're not everyone's gonna love what you have to say. I've been extremely fortunate that trolls and naysayers and shitty people have been to a minimum. I'm very, very fortunate, and I am very clear on that. And I mention that often because I've been extremely fortunate to connect with people all over the world in all sorts of platforms. Will I do TikTok? No. It's not that I'm too old to dance, it's just not my jam. Might I eventually relent and do it? Who knows? I tried it, wasn't my jam, wasn't digging it. It's like starting another platform, and I'm already pretty active on the ones that I participate in, and I already found a way to have fun on each one, so I don't need another one. I need more time to write, and I have more time to write, and I've been writing, but I shall leave that for another update video, because this is 21 minutes and odds are massive that you didn't reach here. So if you did reach here and you are so inclined, smash or caress that like button, subscribe, and as I say in all my videos, please use that sexy comment section down below so that we can chat it out, because that's what's important to me. I hope to have another video up soon. I have a couple stuff on the mind, so who knows, I might surprise you. If not, till next we chat. And if you miss me too much, by all means, drop me a message or check out what I do on the other social media platforms, and you can find those links down in the doobly-doo below. Till next time though, enjoy your tea or coffee or beer or wine or whatever. Until next time, peace, love, and maki rules.